So I'm trying to walk in this bush land here. I'm just trying to make sure that I don't actually step on any snakes or any snakes come out and bite me. This is Australia now, so there are a lot of poisonous things here. So today's gonna be a fun day. So I'm gonna show you some tips and tricks on how I do things, and I'll show you some equipment that I use. So let's get started. So let's talk about why you should vlog. Vlogging is obviously for videos, blogging is for writing. I think one of the reasons why you should vlog is to create a message that you want to share. And having a vlog allows you to do that. Having a vlog allows you to be in control of being the publisher, of publishing your ideas. And the other reason why you should do it is because when you create your own ideas and you share your ideas, people get to know who you are, how you think, what you're like, and they actually get to understand what you stand for, what your principles like, what you're passionate about before they even meet you. One of the things with doing these videos, what's important is also the background. You try to take that in consideration as best as possible, but added level of interest for the viewers. But the problem is that you gotta also be careful. You know, you gotta be careful of this, like this cliff that I'm almost standing on, that you don't fall over while you're concentrating on the camera. I've been in this situation where I did my first couple of vlogs. I think I remember it was like episode number 3 or 4, and I was just about to shoot a video, and I was standing on a mountain of bull ants. And the other thing too as well is the wind factor. Up here is quite windy, as you can tell, and it's going to affect the volume and the audio, which might discourage the viewers to actually stop listening. Just think of one video, one article, it's like one raindrop right now. It's not going to get you wet, but if you can tell, like there's a storm coming and actually starting to rain quite heavily now. It's starting, as it rains, it's like each one of these raindrops represents like each video that you do, and the more you do it, over time it's going to get you soaked. Over time it's going to get you wet, and so what that does is that it helps your audience get soaked with your content, soaked with your insights and your brilliance, because you never know when they're actually going to consume your information. You never know how someone's going to find you or your business or your product or your services. And so the more videos that you do and the more blogs that you actually create, it's another avenue for someone to discover you. So here's the trick. Never do videos in the rain because it's not good for the equipment, and it's also not good for your hair. Okay, now it's starting to drench, so I'm gonna have to get out of the rain. It's about consistency. Having the consistency to continue to do it over and over again is probably the hardest part to deal with. You have to dedicate yourself in a set amount of time to really create these things, whether it be daily, weekly, monthly. You actually have to have a schedule. These vlogs are daily, which means I shoot the video every single day, and the videos and footage that you see is actually of the day itself. And if you notice, I actually released the video the very next day, which means the video is produced and edited by the end of that night. So what that means is that a lot of people think that I actually have a team behind me. Well, who's the cameraman? Who's the person? Well, I'm gonna show you my team and who builds all these incredible videos. So there you have it. That's the team. Right in front of you, that's the only person that is actually creating the videos, editing the videos, and actually uploading the videos. That's it, just me, myself, and I. So let's talk about hardware. A lot of people have been asking me, how are you shooting these videos? So what I'm shooting with, from a hardware perspective, is all I have is what's in my hand. It's an iPhone 7 Plus, and I have this little device called the Osmo Mobile. This is a stabilizer, so you notice the camera is actually quite stable. So the cool thing about this particular DJI Osmo Mobile is that you can move upstairs and you still get a steady shot. And I'll sort of show you what happens when you don't actually have one. So now I'm just holding my hand, using a selfie, and you can tell as I'm rising above, there's a lot of bit of shakiness, and for the viewer, it's kind of terrible. And yet as I'm coming up the stairs, it still creates that steady motion as I have like lizards crawling all over the place around here. The only other footage that you're actually going to get from me is from the drone. Camera, gimbal, and the drone is all you actually need to create a great video. So let's talk a little bit about software. Software is what takes the footage on the phone and put it onto this thing called the Final Cut Pro. I use this to edit, add music, to create the whole entire video the way I wanted to create each and every single episode. I spend a lot of time obviously filming, and then I gotta transfer those files from that phone to the computer, put it onto Final Cut Pro, and then start editing, and creates the final version of what you actually see. Now that you know what the hardware you use to actually create these videos, you know the software to actually edit these videos, the last thing is really about the creative process. You gotta remember that you're the talent. As much as we don't like to think of ourselves as talents, but you are the talent. You're the point of difference that when people identify to trust, like, and to know about your business, and so you become the face. If you don't want to be the face, then videos shouldn't be the option that you choose. You might want to write a blog because you're a better writer. It is about the process. A lot of people wait for inspiration to actually before they create something, where you can actually just keep on creating, and then you actually discover your creativity and you discover your process along the way. Your authentic self will start to reveal itself over time. It's your willingness to push through it, lean into it, and participate and show up. The fear of judgment, the evaluation, what people are going to think, all of that stops you. If you can override that, if you can just publish for the sake of publishing and not worry about what other people think, and that will lead you to create better videos and also create better articles. I think that's one of the ways to create your tribe, the tribe that will want to hear from you over and over again.